Maya Kalra ma'am, Professor Mayankar Agarwal sir, Co-Coordinator Dr. Suesh Bhadwa sir. I welcome you all on the second day of this online FDP on exploring AI using IBM Watson and Google Colab, organized by Faculty of Engineering and Technology, Gurukul Kangri, deemed to be university. Today, we have Dr. Maya Kalra, who is working as a faculty in Computer Science and Engineering Department at NITTR Chandigarh and have more than 16 years of teaching and research experience. She has published more than 50 research papers in international conferences and journals. More than 35 students have completed their ME thesis under her guidance, and two PhD theses are still in progress. She has organized various FDPs, seminars, and workshops in the area of cloud computing, cybersecurity, Internet of Things, data analytics, and web development. Her research interests include cloud computing, Internet of Things, data analytics. She is having lifetime membership of India Society for Technical Education, Computer Society of India, and lifetime fellow membership of IETE. Moving further, I would now request Dr. Maya Kalra to please begin her session and share her valuable experience with us on the topic data visualization using Power BI. We welcome you, ma'am.
Thank you for the nice introduction. Good evening, everyone. So, thank you, organizers, for giving me an opportunity to deliver this session. Let me first of all share my screen. Uh, Please mute yourself. Somebody's mic is on. So, I hope my screen is visible to all.
Yeah, ma'am, visible.
Okay. So in this session, we'll be learning how can we use Power BI for getting data insights. So let's know what is Power BI. So Power BI is a data visualization and analysis tool which is developed by Microsoft. So the best part about this tool is that it is a no coding tool. That means it can be used by non-CSC background people also. The full form of Power BI is Power Business Intelligence. And another good feature of Power BI is that it can be used to generate interactive reports. So that will be more clear when I'll be giving the demonstration of Power BI. So what is business intelligence? Business intelligence is the process of collecting and analyzing data to make better decisions. So it includes these 5 phases. First of all, we need to identify the problem. That means why we are collecting the data and what kind of decisions do we need to make. Then the required data is collected. Data transformation is done, which may include data cleaning, data cle- which may include data cleaning. So that means we need to shape our data as per the data analysis requirements, and then actual data analysis and visualization can be done based on which appropriate decisions can be made. So this is the Power BI flow. That means how it can incorporate that business intelligence process. So first we need to extract the data. That means we need to get the data from the defined source. Then we can load the data into Power BI. Further, we need to transform the data, or first we can transform the data, then we can load it into Power BI. So this process is known as ETL process. So this entire 3-step process is known as ETL process, that is extract, transform, and load data, right? Then data modeling may be done. Data modeling is actually establishing relationships between different tables. Then DAX is performed, that is data analytics expressions, in which we may need to add some new columns into the data based on the existing data. Then we may need to build reports using this data, right? So then what is the importance of data visualization? So the importance is that it is accessible for non-technical users also. That means if the managerial authorities want to look into the data, they can easily look through these effective visualizations. That means it will simplify the data interpretation process, making it more understandable for non-technical stakeholders. It will also facilitate quick decision making because visual representation is going to speed up this process by highlighting the trends and anomalies instantly, improving organizational responsiveness. So, what may be the use cases of Power BI for business enterprises? They can track their sales. That means they can identify which products are selling the most or why their sales are decreasing, or they can understand their customers. That means what time do most people shop, like in case of festivals, etc. They can predict the trends, like what items should you stock more of next month. Then it is also useful in education sector also. You can use this tool for performance analysis of students. So it enables institutions to monitor student performance across various metrics. It can also be used for result which you achieve through your research. That means it can be used for result analysis, which data you have achieved through your research. So it can help you to manage and analyze vast amount of research data, facilitating the discovery of insights and trends that can drive scientific advancement. Moreover, you can use this tool for enrollment trends and forecasting. So, analyzing of enrollment data helps the institutions to understand trends and also predict future enrollment numbers, which will further help in strategic planning and marketing efforts to attract prospective students. You also know that in case of accreditation and compliance, we need to many a times generate different kinds of reports. We need to generate different kinds of graph related to COPO attainment, etc. So Power BI can streamline the creation of these reports for accreditation and compliance purposes also, which is going to reduce the manual effort and improve the accuracy also. So that means we can use Power BI for any kind of data analysis and data visualization. So we'll learn how we can install this tool. We need to, yeah. So just you have to type Power BI desktop download, right? Just Google it, and the first link, just click it on. So you'll land on this page and you'll see a link for downloading. Just click on this link and you'll be able to download Power BI Desktop, which is a free version. Uh, there are two more versions of Power BI, that is Power BI Pro and Power BI Premium. They are the paid versions. If some individual user want to work on the paid version, he or she can go ahead with Microsoft Power BI Pro. And if an organization want to buy it for its users, they can go ahead with Power BI Premium. So as we want to work with a free version, so we need to download Microsoft Power BI Desktop. May I know whether the participants are installing along with me? I mean, they are going to work along with me.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, participants, are you going to install right now and going to work along with me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so please download it. It will take just 2 to 3 minutes and then we'll start working with Power BI. I'll take a minute break and you can just download this software. Okay.
The participants
Some,
can use the chat window to convey that whether they have
yeah, I
downloaded
have
or not.
opened
No?
it
They can use.
and I can see many of the participants have written that they are installing this software. Some of them have already got the software. So once you download the software, you'll be able to see this kind of interface, right? So at the top, this part is known as ribbon, right? And ribbon is consisting of various tabs like home, insert, etc. So we'll go into details while demonstration. And then on the right side, you'll be able to see three different panes, right? One is filters pane, second one is visualization pane, and third one is data pane or field pane. So data pane or field pane shows you all the fields related to your data. That means, let's say you have imported 4 tables. So it will be showing you all the 4 tables as well as the different columns existing in those tables. So that means it will be giving you detailed data view. Then visual panes will be giving you options related to visual types. That means different kinds of charts which you can incorporate in your reports. They'll be displayed over here in the visualization pane. Also, it will give you some options to modify the visualization of your report. That means like how to display the title of your report, background related to your report. So it will be giving you options related to that also. And filters view or filters pane will help you to add filters to your visual. That means, let's say you have a graph which is depicting data related to all years, but you want to see the data related to a specific year, then you can select, then you can filter your date option with respect to that particular year, right? So these three panes are there. Then page navigation pane is there at the bottom, using which you can add on different pages to your report, right? So it will be available here. And then we move on to left part. It is consisting of 3 views. First one is called as report view, which is the default view when you open your Power BI software, and all your visual charts will be displayed in this report view only. Then table view is there, which is going to show your data. That means all your tables will be displayed in this table view. Earlier in the data pane view, you can only see the names of the tables and names of the columns involved included in these tables. But here you can see all your data which is present in different columns also. And model view is used to show the relationships present in the data. That means, let's say you are having 3 or 4 tables in your data and they are related to each other. Uh, we use actually a term known as cardinality. So basically, it is used to show the cardinality between different tables. Like one table is related to another table with one to many cardinality. So these types of relationships will be visible to you in this model view, right? Then this screen, which is where you will be adding your visual types. This is called as canvas or workspace. So here only you are going to create your dashboards or reports. So as we were discussing, we'll start with the ETL process first, where we are going to extract the data from some source, and then we'll be first loading our data into Power BI, and then we'll be moving ahead with the transformation of the data. After doing this part, we'll be moving ahead with the data modeling. which is I just discussed with you, that it is managing relationships between different tables in your data sets, which is quite crucial for creating effective reports that use multiple data sources, right? So some of the relationships are already built by Power BI by analyzing the data and the different columns. And if it does not build any relationship, some relationship is missing in the tables, that will learn how can we build those relationship between the tables. So transformation of data will actually include checking data type of each column for correctness, dealing with missing values, removing duplicate rows, adding new columns as per our requirements, merging columns, splitting existing columns. So many more options are there in this particular tab, transformation of data, right? So let's move to the demonstration part. So I hope till this point all of you have installed Power BI. Let me go to chat. Okay. Yes, okay. So I'm starting with the demonstration part. You'll be able to see this page first when you open your Power BI software. So here you can see there is an option to get data. So click on this option and you will be seeing that there are various options from where you can get your data. Either you can get it from Excel workbook, from text CSV, or many other options are there. Similar kinds of options are visible to you over here also. I mean, you can click over here also if you want to import your data from Excel. So any of the options you may use for extracting data, right? So just I'm clicking on Excel workbook. Okay, let me share my data set with you also. I have, I'm sharing it to you with some file transfer, using some file transfer website. So all of you may download it from this link. So it is consisting of that sales data set, which I'll be using during my demonstration. So are you able to download? You can reply in the chat box. Are you able to see some sales data set? Oh, yeah, okay. I uploaded it for Windows people only. Okay, fine. So most of them you are able to download it. So let me proceed further. So you have to click on Get Data, Excel Workbook, and then you'll be able to extract this data, right? So Navigator window will be opened and you can see that this data set is visible over here. So it is showing you that these many options are there for importing the data into Power BI. So these are actually the tables which are present in the data set. Let me show you the data set first. This is the data set that I'm going to use. So it is having two sheets. One is data and one is other data, right? So data sheet is having one table. It is consisting of different columns, like it is talking about that the salesperson is selling this particular, it has sold this particular product to this geography. That means it has sold Raspberry Choco to New Zealand on this particular date, and the sales amount is this much, and he has sold to these many customers, and the number of boxes are these many, right? So all this data is about different sales, and other data is consisting of actually dimension tables, right? This is called as fact table, which is consisting of various transactions. That means quantitative data is there, and this sheet is consisting of dimension tables. That means it is consisting of descriptions related to various aspects, various entities. That is, it is talking about product, like the different types of products, to which category they belong to, and their size, right? And this dimension table talks about that what are the different geographies in which this business organization deals with, and to which region they belong to. So basically, this first column is the primary key in this case, right? And the third table is about the salesperson, to which team it belongs to, and it is consisting of its picture also. Right, so these three are actually called as the dimension tables, which talk about the description of the data. And this is your fact table, which is consisting of quantitative data. That means the uh, transactions actually, or sales transactions, right? So let's see how Power BI has imported it. So it has given names to different tables. So we can see when we click on it, it is the table which is consisting of geography and region. It has given a name to it, that is locations. So whenever we are going to click on a table, it will be visible over here. So we'll click on first four options, which are actually the four tables which are present in the data set. So these two are actually the sheets present in the that Excel file. So we'll not be clicking on these options. We'll be clicking on first four options, which are the tables present in the data set, and we can transform the data at this stage also, but we'll be first loading the data set into Power BI, and then we'll be transforming our data set. So click on load. So yes, our data is loaded into Power BI. You can see that all these tables have been loaded into Power BI, and they are visible in the data pane also. So location table is consisting of these two columns, and similar is the case with other tables, right? So our tables are visible to us. Then we are going to transform this data. Before that, let me show you how can we perform the data modeling part, right? So as I told you, this is the report view and this is the table view. And in table view, we can see the data present in different tables. So if I click on locations, the data present in location table will be visible. People, so the data related to people table will be available to me over here. Same is the case with other tables. Now, when I'll be clicking on the model view, I'll be able to see the relationships which it has established between different tables. So this, if I see, so you can see here it has written one and here it has written star. So that means it is a one to many relationship. Why one to many? Because each product is coming once in this table. Product is the primary key in this case. So it is coming once in this table, and each product has been sold many a times. So it is coming multiple times in this sales table. So that's why it is showing you one to many cardinality over here. And it has automatically established this relationship between the tables. Similar is the case with this sales and this people. This people is actually talking about the details of the salesperson. Again, there is a single salesperson. Each salesperson is coming only once in this people table, but it is coming many a times because each salesperson will be having will be dealing with different sales transactions, right? So again, one to many relationships. So these are all this is your fact table and these are your dimension tables. So there is one more table, that is location. So it is also having geography, and sales table is also having geography, but by default it has not established any relationship between these two tables. Why? Because here its name is different from this name. Here geo is written, whereas here it is geography. So by default it considers that if names are similar, only then it builds the relationship between the tables. So what we can do is we can ourselves build a relationship between these two tables. Just put it over here, drag it and put it over the geography. So you'll be able to see this kind of window where it is already telling you that it is going to build one-to-many relationship between these two tables, because each geography is coming once in this table and many a times in the sales table. So we'll save it and it will build a relationship between these two tables, and it is essential to build these kinds of relationship, otherwise you'll not be getting the required results in your visual charts, right? So after doing this part, we'll go back to report view. Till this point, if you are having any query, you may ask. I'll take a pause for a second. If you are having any queries till this point, you may ask. Otherwise, we'll proceed further. Any query till this point? Okay, I'll demonstrate a bit slowly. Right. Okay, model view, you will just go onto the left side, then you will be able to see model view. I'll show again. Let me go back. So this is your report view, which is by default visible to you. And below this, there is a table view where all the tables will be visible to you. Once you click here, the specific table will be visible to you. And this is your model view. This one. This is your model view where you can see the relationships between different tables. I hope it's okay now. Are you able to build the relationship between yes, okay, fine. Are you able to build the relationship between the last table, location table, and the sales table? You are not able to see the relationship. Let me show again. When you click on the model view, na, this kind of relationship will be visible to you between the tables. Please let me know if you are facing any issue. Okay. Ashwini ji, are you able to build the relationship? By clicking on the model view on the left side. Have you clicked on the model view? Oh, no, it cannot happen. Okay, you did? Fine. Shall I proceed further? Okay. So after data modeling part, we'll again click on the report view. Right? Click on the report view. Now we'll see how can we transform our data. So out of ETL process, we have done the steps of extracting the data, loading the data. Now the third step is transforming the data. So for that purpose, you need to click on this option, transform data, right? You need to click on this option, transform the data, transform data. So I'm going a bit slowly as per the suggestion from the participants. So you'll be able to see Power Query Editor. So using Power Query Editor, we are going to transform our data, which is a part of this Power BI desktop. And at the back end, it uses M language, which is actually mashup language, which full form is mashup language, right? So here, the good part is that we need not do any kind of coding. Whatever we'll be doing, we are dragging, we are selecting. So everything will be done at the backend automatically. So you can see this is actually the M language, and it will automatically be forming the queries as per our selections, right? So here you can see there is something applied steps. So it will show us whatever we'll do now, it will be showing us all the steps here. If we want to undo any step, we just have to click on this cross, right? So till now it has performed 3 steps. So source means that it has connected with the source, right? Source means it is displayed here, that how we have connected the data with this Power BI. So it is accessing my data from this location. So it is telling me that your data is located here. So whenever I'll make any changes in this actual data Excel data sheet, so all the changes will automatically be reflected in the Power BI also. So this is again a very good feature of Power BI. Then in the next step, it performed navigation. Navigation means it actually extracted the tables from that worksheet, Excel worksheet. And then change type means it has given some data types to each of the columns. So this is actually ABC. This is reflecting the data type of this column. When I click on this now, it will show me that various data types are available, like 1.2 depicts that the data type is decimal number, then 123 whole number, percentage, date, time. So as per the data present in a column, it will assign appropriate data type to that particular column. So we can also change the data type by clicking over here and then selecting a data type. I can change the data type of a column, but if I'll not be choosing the appropriate one, this will be giving a warning to me, right? So already it has performed 3 steps. So whenever I'll perform a step, I will transform the data, I'll perform a step, it will be reflected over here. So let us start with the data transformation part. So you'll see that there are 2 tabs, transform and add column. So both of them are having almost similar type of options available here. So difference between them is that when you click on transform and you use some particular option, then changes will be made on the selected data itself. Like if I have selected this column and I'm going to transform this column into, let's say I'm adding something suffix to this particular column, India 123, USA 123. So all the changes will be done in the original column itself, right? If I have clicked on transform tab, right? And if I click on add column and I select some particular option, let's say I select some numerical column, this one, right? And I say that add 100 to all the values present in this data. So in this case, the modification will not be done on the original column. It will create a copy of this column, does all the modifications on that copy of the column, and then the resultant data will be added to a new column. So this is the difference between transform tab and add column. So more, it will be more clear while I'll be demonstrating this thing, right? So let's start with the this home option first. So in this case, like remove column is there. So remove column will be deleting the column which you have selected, and remove other column is going to delete all other columns excluding the selected column, right? Then similarly, reduce rows is there. Remove rows. In this case, if you click on remove top rows, so you can specify that, let's say say 3. So it will remove first 3 rows from the table, right? Then remove bottom rows. A number we can specify which will remove the bottom n rows from the table, right? Then remove alternate rows means it will keep those rows, like remove alternate rows. So first row to remove, let's say I say 6. Number of rows to remove 4. 6, 7, 8, 9. These rows will be removed, right? So similarly, we can do it with keep rows. In this case, if I specify a particular number like 3, so those many rows will be kept and all other rows will be deleted. Like I wrote 3, okay. So it has kept only first 3 rows, all other rows it has deleted, right? So for undoing this step, I'll click on cross, right? Fine. So this is about removing columns and removing rows. Then choose columns. Go to column is an option. You may be thinking of why this is there. We can directly select a column, but this is provided to you when your data set is very large. You are able to see these 3 columns and you want to go to 50th column. Then you can select this option and you can directly select the column name, or you can type it over here also, right? Now we'll use split column option. That is a very good option provided to you. Many a times we need to split a column based on a delimiter. So what we can do is we can select split column by delimiter, and it is providing us various options using which we can this split this column. So let's say we want to split it based on the space, and we want to split this column based on the leftmost space. You can also select rightmost delimiter or each occurrence of the delimiter, right? Here quote character means that if something is written in the quotes, then if that delimiter is present within that quoted phrase, it will not consider that delimiter. That means delimiter present in the quoted text will not be considered, right? It will leave it as it is, right? So advanced options are there. That means whether you want to split each text of this column into further 2 columns, or you want to split it and you want to form 2 new rows, like bar Fogny is there. So in this case, if I split it based considering space as the delimiter, so it is going to split this text into 2 columns, while one will be consisting of bar, another will be consisting of Fogny, right? But if I say that split it into 2 rows, so first row will be consisting of bar, second row will be consisting of Fogny. First row will be third row will be consisting of Denison, fourth row will be consisting of this means. That means it will be applicable on entire column. So let's see how it happens. So I have given space as the delimiter and leftmost delimiter, and I want it to be split into different columns, right? Okay. So as you can see, it has splitted entire column into 2 columns. Automatically, it has given a name to a second column. Like this is salesperson.1. Second one is given name as salesperson.2. And the entire column, entire text values present in this column are splitted considering space as the delimiter, right? So let me undo this thing, right? Then we can also split column based on the number of characters. Let's say I type 5. So it will consider first 5 characters. It will put first 5 characters into first column, and the rest of characters will be put into the second column, right? Then by positions, that is also you can think of, like I write 0, 6. So in this case, it will put first 6 characters. That means first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. First 6 positions, not characters. For the characters may be a space, may be anything. So the characters present at first 6 positions will be put into first column, and the rest of the characters will be put into the second column. So we can have multiple columns also. I can write here 13. So it will put first 1 to 6 into first column, then 7 to 13 into second column, and the rest of the characters will be put into the third column, right? So this is split column by positions. Then lowercase to uppercase, what it means is that whenever it will see, starting from the left, whenever it sees an uppercase character just after the lowercase character, it will split at that point. It will consider that thing as a delimiter. Uppercase to lowercase, like in this case, after B, uppercase B, lowercase a is coming. So it will split the column at this point. Wherever it will find a lowercase character just after uppercase character, it will split the column at that particular point for every value. Then digit to non-digit, non-digit to digit. Similar is the case with. Then group by option is there. Let me demonstrate it by using sales table. It will be more clear. So group by, click on group by. Let's say I want to see that within each geography, what is the total sales done by each salesperson, right? So let me click on the advanced, and after geography, next grouping will be done on the salesperson. And I want to see the total sales done by this particular salesperson in this geography. So here I want to perform an operation of sum over amount column, right? Geography. In each geography, I want to see the sales done by each salesperson. So at first level, I have kept geography. At second level, I have kept salesperson. Under that, I'm going to find the sum of amount, right? Total sales done by each salesperson. And this new column will be having name as total amount, right? Okay. So you'll be able to see that in New Zealand, this particular salesperson has done this much sales. In New Zealand, this particular salesperson, it's coming twice. Maybe dates are different. Then in Canada, it is doing this much sales is done by this particular salesperson, right? So in this way, it is giving, it may be different dates, so that's why it's coming different. Oh no, the case is that there is some, why it is coming twice, because there is some issue with the geography column. Let us first of all deal with that particular thing. Let us go to sales. Let me undo this process. Yeah, there is some issue with the geography column. That is why this was giving wrong results. So you can see there are some spaces before the name of each geography in some of the rows. So what we need to do is we need to trim these values. So I'll click on geography. Here you'll be able to see transform. Then in transform, there is an option of trim. So by clicking on trim, it has removed all the spaces which were there before each geography name, right? So now it will be giving us the accurate results, right? So are you able to do till this point? Yes, there is a query. Last three row display is possible. Are you asking this or have you done this thing? I didn't get your query. Last three row display is possible. We want to keep the last three rows, then we can click on reduce rows. Okay, so let me show you that thing. Okay, so I think trimming part is clear, right? So let's move on to, let's say, people, and there are total 25 rows, and you were asking that you want to ask whether we can keep only last three rows, right? Okay, let me show you. So we'll click on reduce rows, keep bottom rows, and we'll say 3. So it has kept only the last 3 rows, right? What I did, reduce rows, keep rows, and I clicked on keep bottom rows, and then I clicked on 3. So it has kept last 3 rows only. I hope it's clear. Okay. So let us move further. Let me undo this. Okay. Now we'll be dealing with null values, right? Which is the quite crucial issue. So how to deal with null values? What we can do is we can click on the column from where we want to remove the null values, or we can replace the null values with some other value. So two options are there. One is replace values, right? Either we can replace the null values with some specific value. Like in this case, when I click on replace value, you'll be able to see it is asking me which value to replace with which value. So I'll type here null. I want to replace null with, let's say, actually what was the case here is that each salesperson was belonging to a team. But for some salesperson, there is the team is not mentioned against their name, right? So what we are going to say is we are going to give this team name as new team. So all nulls will be replaced with this particular team name, new team. So you are able to see that it has replaced all null values with new team all at all the places, right? Let me show you another option also. Let's say I undo this process. I go to transform. So in transform, this is the same option of replacing the values. Second option is there, fill, fill down or fill up. So what we can do with this is that what it is going to do is when I click on fill down. So what it has done, it has replaced every null value with the non-empty value which is nearest to it in upper position, right? So let me show you again as it was null. So this null, if I click on fill down, so this null will be replaced with the non-empty value just above it, that is Delish. So it will be replaced with Delish. And this null will be replaced with juices. These two null values will be replaced with juices, and this null value will be replaced with Delish. That means just the non-empty value which is just above it or which is nearest to it in the above values, right? So we can also replace null values in this way also. So whatever is appropriate for your requirement, you can go ahead with that. So let me go ahead with replacing values. I want to replace all null values with new t, right? Okay, so this will be done, right? So this was present in either you can do it by right clicking the column. These options are present here also, like replace values, fill, group by, split column. So you can go ahead by choosing these options by right clicking on the column, or these options are available in transform. This fill down, this replace values. And in case of transform, there are other options also like transpose, which is going to convert rows into columns and columns into rows, right? Using reverse rows, it is going to inverse the sequence of rows. That means last row is going to become the first row and first row will become the last row. So it will be inversing the rows in the table. And clicking on count rows, it will give you the number of rows present in the selected table. That means this table is having 25 rows, right? So let's go back. Fine. So in case of transform, we have learned about group by is same as we did earlier. Count rows, reverse rows, transform. And then split column we have already seen, it was present in home tab also. Format means in this case if you select a column and you want to convert all the characters present in that column into lowercase, you can select this one. All the characters will be converted into lowercase. And similarly you can do it for uppercase, capitalize each word. Trimming we have already done. And cleaning is like it will remove all non-printable characters present in the column. Add prefix means, let's say you want to add 1 2 3 before every value in the column, so that will be done for you, right? So simple options are there. In case of Python, if you are going to do this kind of data transformation and data visualization, you have to use some commands, you have to do coding, but it is good that this kind of coding is not required in Power BI, and this is really useful for non-CSC people, right? So then extract, let's say you want to find the length of each value, like the number of characters present in this particular row. So we can click on length, so it will give us the length of text present in each row, right? Then we can also extract first few characters. Let me show you. So let's say I have selected this column. I'll click on extract first characters. First 5 characters I want to extract. So accordingly, it will keep only first 5 characters. So as I'm working in this transform tab, all changes will be done in the original column, as I've already told you. So if I click on add column and use the same options, so in this case, it will create a copy of the original column, apply all the operations on the copy, and then result will be added to a new column, right? So let's undo this thing. So within extract, all these things are present. First character extraction, last characters extraction, some range of characters you can extract. You can extract some text before a given delimiter, and in the same way, other options are there. Right. Now let's do some mathematical part. In sales, when we go to some mathematical or numerical columns, so in this case, we can perform some numerical operations on these columns. Let's say I want to calculate the sum, total amount of sales done. I can click on sum. I'll get the total amount of sales also, right? Then various other options are there. Let's go to transform, amount. Then minimum you can find, maximum, and various other statistical values you can get from this column, right? Standard. So in case of standard, let's say I want to add, let's say it is the salary column of all salesperson, and I want to increase the salary of each salesperson by 10,000. So I'll just write add, and I'll write 10,000. So 10,000 will be added to each value in the column, right? Similarly, you can multiply, subtract, etc. In case of percentage, it will be giving you, let's say I want to calculate 90% of each value. I'll click on percent and it will give me 90% of each value of the column. Whereas percent of means that it is like, let's say it is 2% of X value. So that X value you can calculate using this percent of option, right? And if you want to go ahead with some scientific computation like finding power, absolute value, then you can use these options, right? So similarly, these options are present with which you can deal with numerical columns, right? In case of add column, uh, yes, add column, we now learn about add column. So some options are same as were present in the transform tab. We'll learn about the options which are different in this tab, right? So there is a good option, column from examples, right? So how we can work with this? Let's say I want to create a new column which is consisting of some characters from first column and some characters from third column, right? There is one option. Before that, I'm just going to tell you that is, where is that? Let me select this one. Where is merge column? There is an option. Yeah, this is merge column. So when you click on merge column, it is going to merge the values of these two columns, right? But it is going to concatenate the contents of these values as it is, right? But let's say I want to not concatenate the full contents of two columns. I want to pick some characters from this column and some characters from this column. Let's say in this example, I'll be picking first four characters from this column and the first four characters from third column, right? So let me select these two columns and click on column from examples. Now I want to generate the new column from these selected columns. So I'll click on from selection. So it will create a new column and oh, it has selected product and date. Let me undo this thing. Yes, let me select, yes, salesperson and product column from, yeah. So it has selected, yeah, salesperson and product. So now let me give it an example using which it will be building all the values, remaining values in the column. So I write first four characters of the salesperson column and first four characters of the product column, right? Then in the second, do the same thing, right? First four characters of the first column, first four characters of the product column. So see what it has done. It has understood the examples which I have given to it. It has formed a M query out of this, what it has understood, and as it has rightly understood me. So I'll select OK, and it has built a column as per the examples given by me. So this is a very good option when you want to build such kind of customized columns, right? So any query till this point? Group by, okay. Yeah, we can group by, it's like you need those kinds of columns also, like you need some categorical columns. Uh, you have not understood my point, then I can explain again. Acha, what is other query? Can you convert numeric data into text data? For example, we have a target column where the target column consists of zero, where they refer to specific health. Okay, let me show you that thing also. Let me show you. Yeah. So this was the creation of a custom column using examples. What you are asking is, let me show you that thing also. So let's go to locations table, right? Because small table will be easy to understand this thing. So let me click on conditional column, right? This option, conditional column. Okay. So now it is asking me that what kind of condition do you want to give? Because if you want to convert a categorical column into a numerical column, you'll be dealing with some kind of conditions, like based on, you already asked me, like based on health condition. So I'll take a simple example. If column name is geography and geography equals India, then output column should have 1, otherwise output column should have 0, right? And the column name is India, is India, is India. That means geography is India or not. Okay. So you can see that I have converted, because I've added a column now, so the operations will be performed on the copy of this. I think this option is not available in transform. So you'll be able to add a new column, which actually be a numerical column out of this categorical column, right? So in this case, if India is the geography, the output will be 1, otherwise it will be 0. Similarly, if you want to perform this kind of operation on a healthcare data where health patients are there, some is having some problem related to health, or some other problems like corona or any other respiratory disease like pneumonia is there. So you can do like corona. If corona is there, then you can assign it 1. Pneumonia is there, you can assign it 2. Other disease 3, something like that. Because in that case, you can add clauses also. So else if clauses you can always add, right? So you can have multiple numbers assigned to multiple categories, right? I hope it's clear. Similarly, you can do for numerical columns. If numerical columns are there and it is having 1, 2, 3 categories, you can assign some text also, right? So I hope this is clear. Dhananjay ji, I hope it's clear to you now. Okay. Right. Let me proceed further. So this was about conditional column. You can always add an index column also, which is consisting of 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 index for your rows, right? Just click on index column and you may start it from 0 or 1. It's up to you, or customize it, right? Then we can also duplicate a column. If I click on duplicate column, this column, selected column will be duplicated, right? Okay. Then most of the options we have covered. Another important option is related to date. Sometimes we need to extract year, month out of the date column. So what we can do is we can click on this option date, and when you say year, so year will be extracted out of it and a new column will be created. Again, select this column. Rather than year, I want to extract the start of year. So it will give me the date with which that year begins, right? Or we can also extract month, quarter, week, even day also. Day. Okay, it's the first day. It is in numerically, it is giving us, right? Then we can also have yeah, day of week, day of year, start of day. Many options are there. So whatever you want to extract from the date, you can just select the date and you can extract that thing. If time is there, accordingly, we can perform operations on time and duration also, right? So let me go back with this. There is another option. Yes, use first row as header. When it extracts data from a data set, it automatically considers first row as the header row. So let's say we have not added any header to our data set tables. So what we can do is, if it has selected first row as the table, we can go here and we can say, just a minute, there was an option not to do it. Okay, use first row, use header as first row. So this option, when we click on, so headers will, I mean, first row will not be considered as headers. When I clicked on that, use headers as first row. So it has automatically taken first row as the header. When I clicked on this, it undone that process. It converted those header into the first row. Like now I want to go back. So I'll do demoted headers. So it actually demoted these headers into the rows. And if you want to consider first row as header, then click on the first option. This is just the reverse of the second one. Okay. Fine. Now we have done much of the transformation part. Let's do some visualization. So if you want to save all the things, we can click on close and apply. Close and apply. This will save everything. So now your data is extracted, loaded and transformed. Let's say you just want to do ETL into ETL in this Power BI. You don't want to perform visualization, and whatever transformations you have done on the tables, right? So you want to get these tables into Excel. You want to import these tables into Excel. So as it is a free version, we have to do something else. It cannot be directly exported into Excel. So what we can do is we can go to table view, and let's say we want to we made changes in the sales table and people table, right? Because we replaced null values. So let's say now this table is modified. We have cleaned this table and we want to export this table into Excel. So just open it in table view, click over here. You'll be able to see an option of copy table. Click on this one, go to Excel, new blank workbook, Control V. So you'll be able to copy this table into Excel as well. So this is a clean table. That means all null values removed. Anything else you want to uh, do on this table, you have done everything in the Power BI, and then you have copied this table from Power BI to Excel. Right. So this can also be done. Right. Now we'll go to report view to have some visualizations. So this is your clustered column chart, right? Click on this one. It will be available over here. Drag it. Then what we are going to do, let's say simple example, simple question you have been asked by your stakeholders, that what is the amount of sales done by each country? So what we are going to do is we are going to put your country or geography onto the x-axis. Just drag it from here and put into the x-axis, and the amount on y-axis. So it will be able to show the amount of sales done by done in each geography, right? So when you bring your cursor here, it will show you the tooltip that this is India geography and the amount of sales done in India, then in New Zealand, and it will always show you these things in decreasing order, right? By default. Then if you want to change the color, you want to change the title, you want to do any visual changes, you can click over here, and for y-axis you can make your changes over here, title, etc. And for x-axis here, if you click on general and click on title, so you can change the title of this graph from here, right? Other changes like changing the color, etc. can also be done from here. Okay, tooltips can be changed. So all the visual changes, if you want to do in this graph, they can be done by clicking over here, right? Now, I'll show you why I was calling it as that it provides you interactive reports. What do you mean by interactive reports, right? So now we'll create another graph. Uh, this was called as clustered bar chart, clustered column chart. Now I'll be creating cluster bar chart. It is similar to this one, only that the bars will be horizontally placed. In this case, I'll be taking the sales done by each salesperson. Right, so I'll be putting salesperson on y-axis, amount on x-axis, and it will show me the sales done by each salesperson. But as it is quite detailed, I'll be grouping it into team. Let me replace the salesperson with the team. So it is showing me the sales done by each team, right? Now I want to see, let me click on this team, right? Are you able to see that something is highlighted into this graph? So this thing is known as interaction. This is a new feature of Power BI which makes it different from Excel and other software. So what it means is then when I clicking on the team yummies, it is showing me, it is interacting with the neighbor graphs also. It is showing me that this team has done this much sales in each geography. How these two graphs are related with each other, it is showing me the interaction visually in this report to me when I click on this. If I click on this, it will show me the sales done by this particular salesperson in these different countries, right? So this is called as interactive reports. Any query till this point you may ask? Okay. Okay. So I'll move further. Right. So we can also, I'll show you, I'll create a next page by clicking over here. Now I'll show you how we can create a line graph. Line graph is basically used to see some kind of trend, right? So we'll see that what is the sales done in different months, or what are the number of customers we have served in different months. So x-axis we can consider as date, and y-axis I can consider as customers. So it is showing me a dot because it is considering the topmost view, that is year. So let me click on this fork so that I can go one level down. So it will be showing me now the one level down, that is quarter. Again one level down. So now it is showing me the number of customers served in every month. Or let me go down. It is showing me, no, I have to go up. So it is showing me the number of customers served in every month. Yeah. Now I want to see, this is the data for all the products. If I want to see for different categories, then what I have to do is I have to add a legend to it, and legend is based on category. So it is showing me that in January itself, these many customers have been served. These many customers have bought bars, other product. These many customers have bought bites, and these many customers have bought bars product, right? So for different product categories, it is showing me the trends related to the customers. Now I'll show you how we can use these filters. Now it is showing me the data of every month. So if I click on day, date, month, I can filter out for which month I would like to see the data. It will not be appropriate in this line graph because it is for showing the trends, but we can always, like, we can select some particular number of months, like first 6 months. I want to see the data of only first 6 months. I can select just those 6 months. So we can do filtering using this filter pane, right? Select all means all of the months are selected. So this is showing me the line chart, which is used to show the trends, right? One another graph we can take, that is stacked column chart. It will show me everything in the form of bar, which will be stacked. So here again, I'm taking date as the x-axis, and y-axis I'm taking as the number of customers. Same that pie chart I'm taking here, but it is in the form of stag chart, right? Legend again I'm taking category. So again it is showing me the date on the basis of years. So this is called as stag chart. So this sky blue color is showing me the customers who have bought bars. This is for bites. This is for other category. Now, if I want to see the tooltip here, I mean the number of customers served over here only, I can go to visuals, then I can go to total labels and data labels. So I'll be able to see the data labels over the chart itself, right? So this is your stacked column chart, right? This is your stacked column chart, right? In the same way, you can, as per the use case, you can create pie chart, donut chart, pie chart. Let me elaborate different charts to you. So visual types, we have discussed clustered column chart. It is used to compare data across different categories, and the structure is of vertical bars. We can use it to compare sales across different regions as we just did. So if we want to see the composition also and comparison of different categories, so we can use the stacked column chart, right? So it will show you the total and individual contributions to the total. Line chart we have discussed. Pie chart is used when you want to show parts of a whole, like what is the proportion of bar, what is the proportion of bite towards the number of customers or towards the entire sales. So if you want to know the proportion or percentage of total sales, something like that, then you can use the pie chart. And then funnel chart is there. It is used to show stages in a process. So it is like some number of customers were there who were searching for a product in an e-commerce website. Let's say 200 customers search for some product on Amazon website. Then later on, after searching the product, only 100 customers were there who went into the details of features. So it is showing us the customers, number of customers at different stages. So for this purpose, we can use funnel chart. Whenever we bring our cursor on a specific stage, it will show us that what is the percentage of customers or what is the percentage of data with respect to uh, previous stage and with respect to first stage. Let's say we are here on the third stage, it will show us the percentage of data with respect to previous one and with respect to the first one. So first one is considered as a whole, that means 100%, and in comparison to that, all other uh, funnels are made in the funnel chart. Then tree map is there. It is used to visualize the data in hierarchical form, right? So let's say there is a category urban clothing, then rural clothing, mixed clothing, and youth clothing. So it is showing the tree map based on these different categories. So larger is the size of the rectangle. That means more amount of sales or whatever measure we are considering. So it is larger in size. That means if larger is the size of the rectangle of a particular category, more is the measure with respect to which we are measuring it. So in this case, as we can see, the rectangle for urban clothing is maximum, is largest. So that means it is having more market share in the more share in the market. And under urban clothing, this particular manufacturer is having more share, right? So it can be described as like each level of the hierarchy is represented by a colored rectangle, which is called as branch node. And within each branch, we are having smaller rectangles, which are called as leaf nodes. And Power BI uses the measure value to determine the size of the rectangle for branches as well as for leaves. So rectangles are always arranged in order of their size, with the largest branch node at the top left and the smallest branch at the bottom right. So arrangement of leaf nodes within each branch node is going to follow the same order. So scatter chart is also there. It is used to show relationship between two numerical variables. Usually we use it to show correlation between the two variables, like with height, with weight, height is with height, weight is also increasing, something like that. So we can use it to find correlation between two variables like advertising spend and sales. So it is good for displaying and identifying trends, patterns, and outliers also. So these were the visual types, various visual types present in Power BI. We have many more things to explore in this, but due to time constraints, I'm concluding here. And in last 5 minutes, I would like to take queries if you people are having any. I'm not aware of inset graph. Sorry, I'm not aware of it. Any other query? It is not like that ki we can only perform analysis on sales data. I have taken another example. I'll show you, I'll share its data set with you. This is regarding analysis of corona cases. Like I have a data set. I'll show you. This is a data set which is showing you the confirmed, recovered, and diseased corona cases in different states of India. And it is showing you the data from March to June 2020. And we can also perform analysis on this data. For example, what I have did is this report is showing you that we are going to have a comparative analysis of corona cases in Maharashtra and Delhi. So in this case, I have built four different charts for confirm. I mean, three charts are there. One is taking care of confirmed cases, another is for diseased, and third one is for recovered cases. That means this window is showing you the recovered cases comparison uh, in between Maharashtra and Delhi. So in this case, for building these small windows, we can make use of this thing, small multiples. So I put status here. So it has built multiple graphs in different windows, which are differing on the basis of their status, which is confirmed, deceased, and recovered, right? So this is just showing me corona cases of Delhi in different months. And these different bars are showing the confirmed, deceased, and recovered cases in different months. So it's a simple chart. Then again, it is comparing the cases, but here instead of date, I am taking status as the x-axis. It is used, it can be used, line chart can be used to see the trend of cases between March to June. As we know that the corona cases were increasing day by day during March to June 2020. So it is showing me that kind of trend for confirmed, diseased, and recovered cases. So the line for this confirmed and diseased is more steep. It is showing that cases were increasing day by day, whereas recovered, it is almost a straight line showing that recovered cases were less in that duration. So we can apply this Power BI analysis on various data analysis data sets. Okay, I'll share this data set also with you. So you can access this data set from this link, this Corona data set, and you can uh, have some, you can put some queries and you can think of some queries and then you can plot your graphs accordingly. Just you have to play with different options, right? Any other query from participants? So if there are no queries, we can conclude with the session. I hope the session was constructive for you people. You can use this tool. Even non-CSC background people can use this tool for any kind of data analysis, may it be student performance analysis, may it be COPO attainment. I have also made a report for COPO attainment also. Let me just show you once and then we'll wrap up the session. And one thing more is you can save all your reports by clicking on file and then save. So it will be saved in .pbix format, right? Save as. So it will be saved in .pbix format, right? So that COPO attainment, this is showing the CO attainment by batch for 2022 batch. For 2023 batch, CO1 attainment 2, 3, 4, 5. And this graph is showing CO attainment, CO attainment only by subject. So if I click on CO1, so it is, let me just again, if I click on cloud computing, so it is highlighting the portion which it has contributed into the entire 2022 batch. So with respect to cloud computing, what was the CO1 attainment? What was the CO2? Like here you can see CO1 attainment is 78% as a whole. Highlighted is 91. It has contributed 91% into the entire CO1 attainment. Cloud computing, that means. So this kind of graphs, interactive graphs, you can build for any kind of analysis of any kind of data set. This is just to show you that how we can use this Power BI. Okay, thank you all. Thank you, Mayank sir, for inviting me to deliver this session. It's over to you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am, for the wonderful session. It was really a very learning session for all the participants. Uh, as per the schedule, one of the participants is supposed to say thanks. So, who is the participant for today?
Sir, me, Anjali.
Yeah, please, please, please.
Now, I would like thank you to Dr. Mala Kalra ma'am for this wonderful session and her insightful session in the faculty development program on data visualization using Power BI. Your expertise and in-depth knowledge about the business intelligence, importance of data visualization, Power BI use cases in different sector provided our participants with the valuable learning and the practical insights. Your session was not only informative but also inspiring, and it has significantly contributed to the success of our program. We truly appreciate the time and the efforts you took to share your knowledge and experience with us. Once again, thank you for your valuable contribution. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you all the participants for having patience and for actively engaging in the session. Thank you all.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Thank
Most
you.
welcome.